Another week.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, a little tired, but not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, tired. Life gets at you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You get worn out making lemonade.
Yeah, that grind, man.
lemonade in fall going into winter is not fun. Let's do it. Go over to our browser, antisocialexperience.com. I've been messing around here lately. Anybody that has tried to check it out, sorry. Specifically, there is the playlist. I'm pretty sure if we go, it will crash. I'm trying to get the playlist migrated from the source it originally pulls it from to a new source. So anyhow, we'll send it back one. And a social experience on Facebook and on YouTube. Both of those places. Please go over here and subscribe. Check that little, ding the bell. That way you get notified if you want notified of our shenanigans.
You probably want notified.
Yeah, eventually. Do the sun and the earth today.
Mm-hmm.
Just to reinforce that way of thinking.
Okay.
All right, man. I am going to actually, instead of go from my computer, I'm going to pull up a few stories from my phone.
Okay, yeah, you had a couple there.
Yeah, I did. The one thing I wanted to talk about, and let's see, how far do I got to scroll to get through this? Well, we don't want a definitive list of controllers for whatever. Maybe I pulled it up somewhere else. I can't remember the name of it. There was something about a Microsoft update and malware. There's malware for Android that typically, okay, when you get malware or whatever, and more often than not, people come in and they're like, "Oh, I got some kind of porn virus on my phone. I don't know how it got on there."
If they're willing to fess up to that.
Right, whatever. It's all the same story. And usually their screen's locked saying that the FBI's investigating you, blah, blah, blah. You're going to pay this much $100,000 fine or something crazy. And the screen is locked. The phone's useless. I've always just reset them by doing a factory reset. Hopefully they had Google Photos backing up their photos and, the whole 9 yards for that. Everything else usually gets backed up. Calendars, apps, contacts, all that. That's normally backed up.
Probably want to heavily disinfect that phone, too.
Right.
Well, you wear gloves, yeah.
It's my phone. Yeah. It's my phone. I lied. I have to reset it every day. But no. Yeah, some people come in and they're like, most people are like, I don't know how it got on there. I'm like, all right.
Okay, sure, whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And only the people that are very persistent, like, yeah, I don't know how. I'm like,
okay,
really? All right.
How many sit down though and they're just blunt with you from Jump Street?
There's a lot of people like, look,
I was watching porn.
I got porn on my computer. It's got a virus. It's infected. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I appreciate that upfrontness, though.
Yeah. And it's like, thanks for the warning, too,
Yeah, I'm good.
Because sometimes, like, you never know. Like, I don't want to decide to work on a computer on a live stream and some pictures on the desktop, like, whoa, which is probably a good precedent that I should, at least if it's a computer that's going to be booted and run into the stream, I should probably check first.
Probably, or maybe run on a delay.
No, I do it live. Yeah. One other, but getting back to the point, yeah, if they do or don't admit, only if they're very persistent about the no clue. I'm like, that's when I like call it out. Like, really?
No clue.
Yeah, a reset on the phone works usually. Now, this malware that's out there, I wish I knew the name of it. It actually will survive a reset. Like, you're not getting rid of it with a factory reset. It
gets down to like firmware on hardware, or?
Well, I gotta actually Google it. Android malware. And do you think you could swipe the word malware? I never have. Like swipe type, that's what I do.
I still give it the thumbs, man. The clackety clack.
On the touch. You remember how horrible they were when they first typing on a screen compared to the physical keyboard?
Well, I didn't get into smartphones till later, so I I think that wasn't really an issue when I got into them.
Okay, so this is from one day ago, and I think because it could be serious. You never had a physical keyboard phone?
Oh, physical keyboard phone. Yeah, I had like one of the the one where it slides sideways and it's a
Yeah,
full keyboard. But
right.
then
Or a
it's
phone that flips open, and you have a little screen outside, flips open to the big, and you can click on the keyboard. There is diehard people like, I'm never getting touchscreen phone. I'm always be a keyboard for me. Really? What if they don't make them anymore?
I think
I'll keep using this one.
BlackBerry. Do they still have
I don't.
a physical keyboard? People still use Blackberries, man.
They're horrible. They're shit. Get a touchscreen phone. They're worlds better than they were when they first came out. I remember typing. I don't even know what it was. Verizon, AT&T, other carriers allegedly called them smartphones, but they weren't. They were a multimedia phone. But that was the smartphone before what we have today, like iPhones and Android and whatnot. When it would take pictures. They were fairly organized. You could put MP3s onto it, load stuff from an SD card, halfway decent speaker. It was a multimedia phone, you know. Yeah, those. And I remember when they called them smartphones, and comparing that to what we have. Yeah, not smart at all. Anyhow, let me get my source up, and we'll pull it up. Can't even type. Forbes, what do you think about their website?
Usually all right.
Right. Let's open in a new tab just to see if we get bombed, which is funny because we'll never hear an ad. It could be playing.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing I have is any kind of, well, no, actually, we don't hear the audio play, but we do hear computer audio. All right, Forbes, they're making me turn off my ad blocker.
That's a bad sign.
How do you do it? Damn it. Well, you know what? We're going without Forbes, man. We don't need them.
Okay.
Anyhow, it starts loading a page. Nope, they're giving me the ban. All right, so we'll find it from somebody else. Thanks, Forbes. Who else has the story instead of these jokers?
Riveting.
Dude, no, I know it is. You're not going to believe this. I'm just going to show. I don't even know if I can show the source because it's a Google search. Let's try it. Let's try it in Bing for the people out there.
Get the real results, man. Go to Bing.
I hate dead air, but I just have to see.
Got it.
Okay, digital something or other. I don't know who it is. Let's pop it up and take a look real quick. I actually tried. I did click that, but it's not going, people.
Yeah, we've been a little sluggish today with the.
Yeah, I don't even know if this stream's gonna make it out, honestly.
Let me try. I had it up on my phone.
I don't think it's the internet. You know what I think it is? I think it is the computer.
Yeah, we're out there.
We're out there?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
man. All right, so there we go. Let me shut down. I have a couple versions of the stream running. Restream I should care less about.
Seems like a pretty small number though so far, compared to how many Android phones are out there.
Right, but malware infects that's so far, and it's unremovable. Android security warning is unremovable malware infects 45,000 phones so far. I'm not going to read into it, but literally just Google it. Unremovable Android malware.
But like, where is it being written to that they can't get it out?
Okay, so X-Helper is what it's called. It's hidden from the Android device launcher, and it's an application component. So it makes it easier to go undetected. It's launched by external events, including connecting the device to a power supply and installing an app. So that's
Okay.
how it'll launch. Like you
So sneaky ways.
yeah, you plug in your power and you're launching malware.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Okay. No, that's
But yeah, it will survive. So far it is surviving factory reset. Like,
well, yeah, because it said in the beginning. It said at the beginning there it gets under Android.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whew.
So
And,
that has to be to like the phone's firmware then, right?
no, not really. No, it's like it. How did they word it? It's hidden from like the launcher, like the home button. Like
Okay.
if you go to all apps, it's
Okay.
not going to show up, but it's an app that's hidden from there. Now there are options in your phone to hide certain apps from your app drawer.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it's kind of along the lines of that, but no option to re-show it. You probably won't even, like I said, won't even know it's there. That's why it's hidden in the first place. But surviving a factory restart, people were puzzled about it.
Yeah, because nothing's indicated how it's actually doing that yet.
Like the person writing the article, he said the biggest puzzle from the security perspective, like him being a security person, is how it survives a factory reset.
Okay. So
Which
even him with his expertise is wondering the same thing we're
right,
wondering.
right.
Okay.
But again, expertise. I mean, I'm a security expert,
I got a Google certificate.
right? Google foo,
Yeah.
the Google foo, but this one is strong. Yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, wow. I'm wondering just because that seems like something that can spread. Eventually, you got to think Google. Somebody's going to have to find a fix, a patch, an undo, a removal.
I don't know if I had to. Just from the sound of it, this sounds to me like they might be able to lock it down pretty soon, though.
I hope.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If I had to bet, I'd say this one will get hashed out.
They're hashing this one quick. There was a Windows update as well too, Microsoft. But I literally can't find the damn article on it. It was oh boy, who did it? Microsoft warns. Let's see if I can Google it. Yeah, I didn't have a lot scheduled for today. Okay, when does bug could take? That's May 19th. It's not that one. That's August 19th. Maybe this was an old article. Yeah, I think it was. I don't think it was. If it was new, I think I was reading something older when that one come up. Anyhow, yeah. Those are the two I had for the day. What do you got over there? You said you had something.
So an update, something we talked about. So about Blizzard doing their bans and stuff in regards to people speaking about Hong Kong.
Right.
So BlizzCon started, I think, like a few days ago.
Okay. I was going to ask you about this because I didn't know when BlizzCon was.
Yeah.
What? Now, back when this initially happened, I think we talked about it then, but they had went on to. There were people trying to delete their account, and they wouldn't let them then.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still in effect?
I haven't heard any update to anything in particular. Like
On that.
I don't know if they removed the suspension for the one guy or anything. Like I haven't heard anything specific about that. But the CEO did get up and actually like formally apologize, like right out of the gate
Right.
for everything. And it was then he actually said like the words "I'm sorry." It wasn't like a half-hearted like corporate kind of brush off apology. And then they announced Diablo 4, and the internet seems to have forgotten already now.
What, after the Diablo 4 announcement?
Yeah, then the hype train kind of, yeah. Because I saw pictures of like people that were protesting at BlizzCon.
Right.
It was a pretty small crowd.
Okay.
I don't think I really saw it. There might have been maybe 40 people that I saw in the one news like video I checked. So yeah, I don't think people are too mad anymore now that they got Diablo.
Damn.
Yeah.
So they got something they wanted. They're cool with they They got a game, so they're not going to try and direct social politics now.
They got a game and they got an apology, so I guess that was good enough.
You know, sorry used to be good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't.
Well, he didn't say like specifically, but he did say like we're gonna make changes going forward and stuff. So
Right, right.
I don't know. It could turn into like an actual turnaround, but
But you know, there's different ways to apologize because you can tell when it's not genuine, not
I should have watched the video. I just read the transcript of the
right, right,
apology.
right. Wow. You can only do so much in a day. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But from I mean, the words were like they were the right words. So, but I really wish I would. Now I really wish I would have watched it so I could have like watched for some context or like if he seemed like
Right,
he was just going through the motions.
right. But so you're saying he did say, I'm sorry. That's what it said. But how did he say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? You're the guy that, like, your boss, like, made you get up there and say it.
If I had to go with like the context of everything else from the transcript, it did seem it came off in text as sincere, but
Yeah, right,
yeah,
right. And then you could also be, oh, my bad. And then, you just move on. Diablo 4.
no,
That's another way to do it. Um, yeah, that used to be good enough, just saying I'm sorry. But now, like, that guy did something. What did he do 20 years ago? Can we find out?
oh, tying it to cancel culture, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What was he doing?
Yeah, sorry's good enough in this instance, but not.
What did
Well, I
what,
mean, right now. I mean, not even going back in time. Sorry's good enough now, but for some things, it's not.
right, right. And it's like, you know, wow, what were these two doing November 3rd, 10 years ago? Can we find out? Were they on MySpace? Did they type some shit? No, not the 3rd. It was November 2nd. Get your dates right. That's when I was talking trash on MySpace. But no, I don't know, man. I usually try not to get into that stuff. The whole, the social politics. I know we talk about it quite a bit.
We've covered, yeah, quite, yeah, for two people that really try and in their personal lives don't really get into it too much, yeah.
Right, like, and that's why, like, is the whole, you know what I mean? Like, I contact people through social media to have conversation real quick or something, but I don't post a whole lot.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I got on Twitter today. Funny enough, I got on there and it updated, so I got the latest post from the people that I follow. And like the one guy who he's pretty known for getting on there, and that's like his platform, not to start shit, but to like argue and, you know what I mean, debate other people and like, oh, you're saying this, back it up, or it's bullshit, right? And I'm just like, as soon as I saw that first post, I like started hearing like, what is it, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire in my head, but it wasn't Ring of Fire. Like I was like thinking up crafty lyrics for Dumpster Fire, and because it's an ever burning fire that
Yeah, every like maybe month,
never ceases.
every month or two, I'll check Twitter just like when something big's happening, and oh my god, the comments are still just fine. We're just like beta fish just going at each other.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's I don't want to get into it, but there's just so many, like, just a quick example of this isn't how things work in the real world, but it's how younger generations of people seem to think they work. Like, oh, for example, just pull an example. Oh, well, I've been in a relationship for 10 years, and that's never happened in my relationship. So the fact that it's happening in yours, that's abuse, or that's this, or that's. And it's like, no, you can't judge every relationship in the world on how yours is.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure somebody could look at yours and be like, well, that's,
I find that to be messed up. This
yeah,
aspect
that's
to be
messed up.
up.
That's
Yeah.
abuse.
Yeah.
That's no good. You're being used or whatever. Yeah, you can't use your experience and just paint the rest of the world with one stroke. That's not how it works.
No.
And a lot of people seem to think it does.
Yeah, both.
Until it's coming back on them that way, and they're like, nope,
Now it's unfair. Yeah.
unfair. It don't work that way. And it's like, really? But it was fair 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. The internet seems to have put hypocrisy on steroids.
Hypocrisy and a lot of other things. What do you think? What do you think about the new Jay and Silent Bob reboot? You a fan?
I want to see it.
Right, right.
But so actually, I was talking with Pope Jones about this because he messaged me like 3 weeks ago. He's like, "Dude, did you hear there's a new Jay and Silent Bob like movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I heard that like a year and a half ago." Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to, I can't." He has his medical card. He's like, "I can't wait to head to the movie theater with a doobie and watch that." I'm like, "Oh sweet, yeah, I'll check into it."
Right.
Turns out though, because it was like low budget, it's not getting a wide release.
No, no, no. They're just literally touring it
They're
around.
touring with it and watching it with the audience and then doing a Q&A afterwards.
Yeah, which is
a weird mix of a live show and a movie that I like the concept of.
right.
Yeah.
And the Kevin Smith is well known for.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, he was just doing like speaking tours that were just basically blowing up Q&As, and he was putting those on like Netflix and crap like 8 years ago.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He did the podcast Fat Man on Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great show. I don't know if it's still going, but he also, I think he did, he had another special, not really stand up, but where he got up and talked to the crowd, told stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Was
about.
was it Too Fat for 40
Maybe
or 30? One of the
something,
two.
but yeah. But it was a blend of like a speaking, kind of like Henry
Yeah.
Rollins speaking, and then a Q&A as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but could you imagine going watching a movie from a writer, director, actor, producer? I mean, he does the whole deal.
Mm.
You know, has other friends help, other people. But going and seeing somebody's movies that you like their content, you look up to, and then like a Q&A afterwards, you can ask a question, maybe two.
Yeah.
Do you know how that thing is driving me nuts? We got one of the last little remnants of nice weather.
My bug scooting around.
Yeah. But no,
No, that's interesting. Well, I mean, like live podcasts have become a thing
Yeah.
too. Like people just taking those on tour. I think Henry Rollins is one of the first ones I remember, like just doing a straight up speaking tour. I mean, there's been other ones before that.
Yeah.
They were generally like professors or, like generally academics doing it. But,
yeah, for sure.
Or like an expert in a field. But
I'm going to recommend people go check something out. And I don't even know if you can find it. I don't know if it was even ever released after VHS, because that's where I watched it on. It's Henry Rollins talking from the box.
yeah.
It's him doing his stand-up talking to the crowd.
Mhm.
And I had to have seen it. It was like 92, 93.
Oh, he was doing that way back then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's an interesting cat, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you picture him to be like the heavy party animal guy, but like doesn't drink or anything.
No,
and then,
nothing.
And
No.
then like would just like read books in the like tour van. You know?
Yeah. And did you see him on Hot Ones?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, that one was a while ago, I think.
Yeah. He, I mean, what a way to do interview with celebrities. How can you make it interesting? Let's
Yeah,
bump up the scale with hot sauce.
but now you can't do that with food anymore. Like you have to now, if you were to think up a new interview format, you got to think of something even more outside the box now.
Right. But you get it to where this stuff is hot. Like it's insanely hot. Have them eat it. You eat it with them. Ask them crazy questions.
No, I dig that.
Like the hotter the sauce gets, the crazier the shit gets.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that dude, who's that, Sean Evans?
Yeah.
I don't know if he created the idea or him and a group of people or if it was a company, but I dig it. There's been some great people on that. So, one thing we didn't touch on, I wanted to touch on back around Halloween, which I still feel like we're kind of close enough to Halloween.
It's a show right after. So.
Right. It's close enough to Halloween to make it work. What do you think? Now, obviously, I'm not saying UFOs. I'm not saying aliens. Okay. Did you see the Rogan show with Commander, who was it, David Fravor, I think?
The Navy pilot.
Right.
I've seen I think I watched that one mostly through like clips. So
Right,
I didn't watch
but-
that one beginning to end.
Well, he was on there. He's a pretty credible source, talking about, and I think he called it a tic tac. It was like kind of a tic tac shape.
Yeah.
And then there's other videos. There's the gimbal video and the go fast video,
Yeah.
talking about stuff that looked kind of like a beach ball with a cube in it, and this other thing that was just. What do you think about that? That they've been tracking this stuff for a while, not knowing what it is. Now, Little green men, UFOs, I don't know. Technology that flies and moves like anything we don't have.
Yeah. It baffles physics. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think some other country came up with something and kept it hush hush? Do you think it is
I mean, it's possible, right?
like
But
what? How high? What's the highest aircraft that we have
I think if it was another government that had that, that government would be taken over by now.
by ours? You think they
Well, any government, like us or any other government, if they had that tech, I think they'd be running the show now. So that's what kind of makes me lean away from that.
right?
That it's another government.
Okay, so I just did a Google search on our aging, dying computer here, which I don't know if it's aging or dying, but we're pumping a lot into this computer and out of it. Like there's a lot of throughput. I think I'm going to split it into two computers, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, the highest commercial airliner altitude was 60,000 feet by the Concorde. The highest military air-breathing engine airplane was the SR-71. That would have been the Blackbird at 90,000 feet. The highest flying airliner today reaches about 45,000 feet. Now, I don't know what part of the story with that Commander David Fair, but he's saying these things were dropping in from like about 80,000 feet or so in split second, jumping down to like 20,000 feet and back up and vanishing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's probably aliens. I mean,
I mean,
unless it's some kind of elaborate hoax. But I mean,
well, they've been tracking it.
20 some years.
They went on,
Well,
saying that they've been tracking it off the East Coast, the West Coast, for a while.
since like the 90s. Yeah.
No, even further back.
But
Like,
I mean,
they had reports of it, but they didn't know what it was. They couldn't catch it, and they still can't.
but that's when you started getting footage. It's the
Right,
90s,
right.
yeah.
And when you got the sighting pod that sights, like, does the targeting pod, and stuff just pulls away from that without even having time to react,
Yeah, and those all lasers.
that's
right? Yeah.
something that has to be
Yeah.
moving real quick.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's all like forms of light. Like either
Right.
like some wave, like microwaves, radio waves, or lasers and shit.
Well, they brought up, and it goes all the way back through history about. It's kind of like a sauce, not really a saucer, but like a plate shaped thing.
Yeah,
And when
like-
it flies, it's not flying disc like this. It's flying a disc on its side. Okay. So the people would be sitting in it but it's like they're falling. If we were sitting and falling now, that's how they would fly,
Yeah.
which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if you could manipulate gravity, then I could see how you got something that's moving like that. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty nuts. But yeah, I mean, just the whole, because we started talking about aliens, and I don't, like, believe it or no, not really. We didn't go storm Area 51. We didn't. Did we update on that?
No, not really. I think there was like a couple people. It turned out the way like us and like a bunch of other people said. Like
Everybody was too busy to go do that shit. Come on, man.
well, it was the meme about like if you've ever been in a local band, you know that only like 2 people are showing up.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a Naruto guy. He got all the hype from that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it, I find not really the coincidences, but about Bob Lazar coming out and saying about working at Site 4 in Area 51 and stuff he was talking about in the craft and the way it moved. And then, okay, this dude sounds crazy. He sounds crazy, but he was confirmed to have worked there. Do you know what I mean? But the stuff he's talking about sounds absolutely insane. And then you have, I don't want to say highly decorated, but you have a very credible source, Navy pilot. I don't know what rank he made it to.
But and also pointing towards other credible sources from the
Right.
from the services. Yeah.
Right, and saying that he's been to D.C. and been in talks with high-ranking officials. Like, you know what I mean? Not what he can talk about, and also saying, "Oh, we have other video, but it'll never be seen." But you know what I mean? Like that. Spooky, man. Are we alone? Probably not.
Probably not. Well, I mean,
And I've always believed that.
well, just the vast scale of like the university.
Right.
Yeah.
Aliens, I don't know.
But coming here, that's the question.
Technology we haven't experienced yet. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, and the best way to back this up comes from one of my favorite comedians ever, Joe Rogan. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Because, oh, nuh-uh, that's impossible. You never have a craft that flies like that, you know? Or, nuh-uh, like you said, who saw this coming 300 years ago?
Yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, that's probably the best way to reinforce that idea that I know of. What was your other story? We got to wrap it up here soon, but we'll...
So just a little convolutedness. A new Call of Duty came out.
Another one?
Well, dude, it's a Madden.
Is this 2 in 1 year?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well, they did the mobile release of Call of Duty Mobile, but that doesn't really count.
Not mobile.
Yeah.
All right. So what is it? What's this called? Is this the one that's just Call of Duty?
No, this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay. So they reused the original name.
Yeah. So now there are 5 games. Yeah. There are 5 games with Modern Warfare. There's Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. There's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I think they dropped the 4 from it, but it's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered.
I own that game.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Yeah.
Who makes those games? Activision?
Activision, yep.
Activision. Talk to your team. They're, you know, would you almost rather see it be a newer version of the same type of game with a completely unrelated title, or would you rather them keep recycling the same name?
I mean, they could have. I mean, with it would be a subtitle with a subtitle at this point. Because it'd be Call of Duty Modern Warfare, whatever. But I think they should have put something else in there, because when you actually like the campaign, which they put back in, because Black Ops 4 didn't even have one, didn't even bother. Because they called the campaign a soft reboot, but after I played it, I'm like, oh no, this could just fit in as like a prequel story with like the existing canon.
True.
Like, no, it could. It takes place before, like, yeah, it could fit in. Like, you could fit in right in there. So I don't know why, but they are taking a run at Battlefield with this one.
Battlefield?
Yeah.
The game Battlefield?
The game Battlefield.
The style or the...
Because they have a new mode called Ground War, and it's what everybody's playing.
Okay.
There's only 2 maps right now for it.
Right.
But it is large scale. Like there's like APCs, tanks, helicopters.
Might be worth looking at.
You can still call in kill streaks, so you still get other vehicles through that.
Right.
But you aren't going to like find a jet in your deployment and just jump in and fly. You have to earn kill streaks towards that.
Very cool. Very cool.
It feels like the older Call of Duties. Like it feels slowed down. The time to kill is way shorter.
The game,
and they got rid of like the perk system. Feels like the old Modern Warfare. And it's just they cranked up the gun attachments, but other than that, it's a weird mix of old and new. But it feels good.
Here's the game that I'm gonna take and put. I'm gonna stop and look at my schedule and schedule some time to sit down and play and get into. If they can get the right mix and blend between the building of Rust and like what is it? Like what were we playing? Where the circle comes in, like King of the Hill style games.
You and I played H1Z1.
H1Z1, yeah.
But Battle Royale, that's the title.
A Battle Royale type game that has a longer match. Maybe there's different phases that you get more time in between. Maybe it lasts. You know what I mean? That's something I think I would be into.
Base building with Battle Royale.
Yeah, but longer matches.
Well, that would be Fortnite. Yeah.
Not really. Do you know what I mean?
But with longer matches. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a bridge that could be gapped.
That's what I'm saying. I thought about it and thought about it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything quite fits it. Do you know?
No. But I don't know if it would actually, like, if you actually made a game like that, if it would work.
You would have to do the right blend, have the right elements. And I don't think Fortnite is... I'm not saying that's not a good game.
I mean, you can build in it, but it's not a survival base building game.
Right.
I don't. Can you do survival in like battle royale though? Like,
I don't know, man.
yeah,
Because I know you remember the blackout that what was blackout. So I remember something with blackout.
that was Black Ops 4's battle royale.
Okay,
Yeah,
we played that, and that was great because there was quite a bit of territory,
yeah,
and that's the one where you got dumped with no gear, and you kind of had to find it.
yeah.
Was that the one that we were playing? Like you started out with nothing, you ran and found it.
Yeah.
And no, Arm of Life. What was that? Was it a mod? We were playing some mod, and it was a mod of a current popular game. But I'm like, oh, this is great. And it's not that we died quick, but it's that it didn't last long enough. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know because there was.
I'll have to look at my Steam library and give you an update to what game it was. But I really dug it, but there was quite a bit that I didn't like about it when we were playing. But I don't know. I just want that. Like, I like the base building. Maybe just keep it two separate games. I could probably completely wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just don't see how that's gonna mash together, man.
Okay, we'll take the base building out, but make the battle royale longer.
There have been, yeah. There's like like bump it up to like bigger teams. You know what I mean? Like 50 versus 50 battle royales.
Right. Or I mean bigger maps, bigger areas spread out more at the start.
Yeah. I think PUBG's done some stuff like that with their extended games.
Right. Like the world, like the map in our favorite game, DayZ.
Oh yeah.
That map was pretty big.
Yeah.
Other games use that map. Am I mistaken?
Armas. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. I don't know. I like those games. That's still a letdown to this day.
Yeah.
They took my money. They ran.
I hear it's a game now, but I'm not.
I'm never going to turn it back.
No?
I'm never going to log back in and
Too
check
late,
it out.
yeah.
It's way too late.
Yeah.
When did that come out? 2012 Game of the Year,
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be.
Yep.
It's 7 years too late.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, people, we're going to wrap this up. There was a bit of dead air today. I don't know what issue we were having with,
Stuff not wanting to load.
yeah, legit, like click and wait. I don't know if it's computer related or internet related. That being said, if you get a chance, go out and see the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
If you get it, I looked. There are no tickets. Everything's sold out.
Right.
You have to go like out in the Midwest, or there's like a few West Coast shows left.
Right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. If you have a chance to go see it, go see it.
I'll have to wait till it's streaming somewhere.
Stay away from the Android malware if you can. X-Helper. It will survive a reboot. So if you're a person that understands phones tech a little bit and you're like, oh, factory reset, don't be surprised.
Oh, here's a big thing with Call of Duty that I forgot to mention.
Okay.
This one has cross-play,
Cross-platform.
cross-platform,
Xbox.
Xbox, PS4, and PC.
Nice.
And then you decide if you want to. You can either go to like an all controller or an all keyboard and mouse, or I don't care, which
Right.
would mash them together.
Right.
So
Well, that's nice that they did it that way because it at least will make it fair.
yeah, you can at least choose like, okay, I'll play with people on PC, but they have to use a controller.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to be using a controller. Yeah. Because, I mean, think about people that are just getting into, oh, this is great, playing with a controller on a console.
They didn't realize they had crossplay enabled though. And they're like, why is everybody like getting all these crazy 360? Because they got a mouse and keyboard.
Right,
Yeah.
dude. You get mashed by veterans that are
Yeah.
playing with what you should be playing with.
Yeah.
Anyhow, have a good week, people. We'll be back. What's next week? Is there something next week? We're pushing toward Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Turkey Day. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow.
See you next week.